Just a quick disclaimer. This video is very likely to appeal to male viewers, and I promise the next video to be on the same subject, but concerning women. Of course, it doesn't mean that both men and women cannot learn something from them, and I encourage you to watch both. I believe it's fair to say that all of us, guys, would want this car. If you were given a choice between a girl of your dreams, a beautiful house, or this car, many of you would pick the car. Although most people consider owning a car like this virtually impossible, it's actually doable. This is a Lamborghini Aventador, and it costs at the moment around $300,000. There are several methods with which you could actually get this car. The first one is simple. $300,000 is actually what you could borrow or get finance for. It is the same price as for an average size house in a good neighborhood, and a mortgage is normally for 30 years. So it would take you 3 decades to pay it off, but you can do it. The second method is a bit quicker. Go online and look up the highest paying job without a college degree, and you'll see that there's a lot of them that can get you to your dream car rather quickly. It seems at the top you will find the position of the transportation, storage and distribution manager, which seems to be very easy to get to. You start from the bottom by becoming a warehouse associate, and you prove yourself to be reliable, hardworking and trustworthy. You commit to 10-hour shifts including weekends and holidays, and you make your way up within the company ranks, and from my experience I can tell you that if you're loyal, hardworking and good at it, it will take you about 5 years to get to a 6-figure salary. From then on it's just a matter of your financial responsibility and saving skills, and maybe in the following next few years you'll be able to save up enough money to buy this car. If you have a degree or if you start your own business, it could be a much quicker road to sitting behind its wheel. It's all a matter of commitment and sacrifices. There's also the option of getting a shared ownership for a fraction of the price. What you probably don't know is that it is possible to create something similar to property timeshare, where a few people share a car like this. They do the same thing with private jets and expensive cars, so that's another option. One more thing I can think of would be probably renting this car at a cost of about $3,000 per day, which is not really a logical option, but still it allows you to own it for a day. What I'm trying to tell you is that it's not as unreachable as you might think, but that's not the real purpose of this video. You probably realize that this video title is a bit of a clickbait, because the real title of this video is not "Do you want this car?" It's "Why do you want this car?" I live not far from a Ferrari and Lamborghini dealership, and I always wonder, what is the type of person who buys these cars? What is their psychological profile? What makes everybody want to own a car like this? I ask myself this question because this has to be the most impractical car ever created. It's a 6.5 liters 12-cylinder engine with 700 horsepower. It's actually a race car monster that is completely not suitable for most roads and city environment. It guzzles about 27 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers, which is a fuel consumption of about 10 miles per gallon. That's insane. Obviously, owning the car is one thing, but maintenance, that's a separate issue, and you clearly need to be a millionaire to have this car and not sweat about it, because the basic insurance is $7,000 annually. The front tire itself costs about $1,000, not to mention the cost of any scratches and paint job. Owning a car like this is incredibly dangerous because you immediately become a target for carjackers. It's like walking around with a tattoo on your forehead saying, "Take my money from me, I have a lot of it." Obviously, you could make the argument that you like powerful cars, but for this price, you can get 10 Chevy Camaros. Not as powerful, but still a muscle car of good quality. Of course, if you just need a car, for $300,000, you can get about 100 used cars, so that's also not an argument. So what is it that makes you want to drive a monetary equivalent of a house or even 2 houses? $300,000 in many countries, actually in most countries on Earth, will allow you to finance one person's 80 years of life. When you drive this car, you literally sit inside somebody's whole existence on Earth. So what makes people want to be in a position of such an extravagant and bizarre vehicle? It's a simple yet painful truth. Someone who wants to own this car wants to be admired for their possessions, not for who they are. Not for their personality traits, not for their social skills. They want to advertise their monetary value, which means they don't have much respect or believe in who they are as a person. They're either not aware of or do not have anything of value to offer to others. That indicates not being in touch with themselves. They want to be attractive to shallow type of people. The girl who would be interested in them because of the car will also ditch them for someone with a better car or when the car disappears. In fact, they demonstrate a lot of social ignorance and disrespect towards people, thinking that they will be perceived as valuable because of what they possess. This is not much different from wearing expensive clothes or faking their lives on social media. It's pretending to have a value. Don't get me wrong, it's a stunning design and it's one of my favorite cars, but we all know that's not what the car stands for, and that's not why people buy it. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone who likes them, but it's not $300,000 stunning in the same way as Claude Monet's paintings are not $110 million beautiful. If anything, this car advertises insecurity, lack of self-awareness, materialism, shallowness, selfishness, insensitivity, naivety, financial irresponsibility, and ignorance towards own safety. Do you still want this car? This car is an ad for a disturbed personality. Imagine how many lives you can change with $300,000, or how many families' existence would be better off with you being generous with that amount of money. Especially that it makes absolutely no difference to your well-being whether you drive this or a much cheaper car. It really doesn't matter. A car's purpose is still to get you from A to B. No one is so rich that they have more money than there are people in need around them. There's always someone who will need this money more than you need a flashy car. Are you starting to look at celebrities differently now? I'm making this video because in England I see people in these cars all the time, and in my opinion, wanting a Lamborghini stands for everything wrong with our society today. It's the ultimate symbol of decadent cultural decline. Next time you see a car like this on the road, ask yourself if you are the person who would want to own one and everything that comes with it, because the driver of a $300,000 Lamborghini Aventador actually needs a hug rather than this car. If you see them behind the wheel, it is possible that the driver is so poor that the only thing they have is money. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video.